Hello there, and good morning, good day, good afternoon to whenever you're listening to this. I am Lori Larson with the Wealthy LaLa Show. And yeah, I'm just going to bring up again that if you're wondering what the Wealthy LaLa is, for me, well, number one, my grandma name is LaLa. And that was actually a really fun journey to actually create that. It took me about a year and a half after my first grandson was born to discover what my grandma name was. I could go through all the reasons why I didn't want to pick other ones, but when it comes right down to it, nothing really felt right until I found this. And it was something that was originally out of my comfort zone. You know, I don't know anyone else called LaLa. And what made it so cute and magical was that my name is Lori Larson. So my first two letters of each of my first and last name is LaLa. So, you know, really, like, how cool is that? And I tell you, when my oldest grandson, the one who can talk, says, "Hi, LaLa," it just melts my heart. Oh, anyways. So today on the show is Wisdom Wednesday, and I got the hit to draw a card. Now, I love what they call, angel card decks or oracle card decks. They are super fun for me and always have been. I think I probably have about 40 decks. I have a tendency to, when I want one, I want them all. I can't keep up now, though, because over the years since I first started, looking at them and playing with them, the amount of people that put out decks now are just incredible. So there are so many out there, and if something like that is fun for you, definitely, go search on Amazon. And you know what I discovered too is when I see a new oracle deck or angel card deck that I think I just have to have, I will go and look on Amazon. Usually on Amazon, they don't show too many pictures, so I'll actually go to YouTube. And so if you go to YouTube and you search the oracle card or angel card deck, you can actually find out the different cards that they have in the deck. Usually someone will have reviewed it by going through most, if not all, of the cards. And so you can get a sense before buying them. And the other thing is too, is if you even just search Google Images, often many or all of the cards you can find on there too. Just so you find out, because some of them that I just thought I absolutely just had to have, had to, I went and would, research them as I just suggested. And I would find that, no, they're actually not ones that resonated with me. So, because I have in the past, actually, before I realized that I could do that, I'd actually gone and, purchased them and kind of got them, and then they just sort of get pushed back, and oh well, that's okay. They're still fun too. They're still contributing to me. So today, I got the hit to pull. I got this deck just probably about a month ago called Find Your Happy Daily Mantra Deck. It's by Shannon Kaiser, Kaiser. And they're really fun. They're really big cards. They're probably as big as my whole hand. And so the card that I got to pull today it's card 17, and it says, "I am compassionate with myself. It takes time to heal." And what's really interesting about that message for myself is that I was diagnosed with a disease 18 years ago, actually, in November. 18 years ago in the spring, I started with symptoms where my hands and feet, my ankles or whatever were swelling. It was getting really hard to walk and stuff like that. And so I went to a doctor, and then I was diagnosed with a disease, which actually set me on a path of, kind of what else is possible. Well, the first year, actually, what I did is I ended up just doing not just, but doing the traditional regular health care, you know, be referred to a specialist, go to the specialist, try a medication, see them in 3 months, see if how that works, try another medication. And so for my journey, in a short version, was over the course of a year, I ended up going back to the specialist about 4 times and trying different ones. And anyways, as I got to the end of the year, I began to look at, like, you know, no one has ever asked me anything about me. They've just looked at my body. They've just said, this is the symptoms. We need to fix the symptoms or stop the symptoms or slow down the symptoms or whatever. And it was like intuitively I began to know or become aware that there was so much more going on here. So what I did was I actually ended up starting researching different things, and that's how I found the weird, wonderful, crazy world of alternative medicine, alternative modalities, and, you know, woo-woo for those who want to call it that. It was really different. And keeping in mind, I was at the time working in the healthcare system. I actually was a lab and x-ray technician. And let me just see here. So 32 minus 16. So 16 years ago, or I had been working for 16 years in the healthcare field, you know, doing lab and x-ray work, very much into that field, had a very high degree of skepticism. And but I just, something pulled me along farther just to say that there is something more going on here. And what is that? So what's interesting about this card is, so now this card could be for any of you that are looking for something different or looking to give yourself more kindness with your journey. So I'll just read you what the card says. It says, just as there are many different reasons to grieve, there are also many different ways to grieve. And just a side note for me, it was grieving the loss of my body as it had been working for the previous 30-something years. So though each person may move through the same stages of grief, each person takes a different amount of time to reach each stage. Maybe you've recently experienced the death of a loved one, or at the end of a career or a relationship, or as me, it was the end of the body as I knew it. And you're finding it difficult to move on. Others may tell you you need to get over the situation, but your true self knows it takes time to heal. This card is telling you to follow your true self. Trust that you know what you know is best for you, even when those around you attempt to push you through the healing process. Be compassionate with yourself during any time of grieving or healing. All situations must resolve in their own time. Allow the healing to happen of its own accord. Now, this particular card also has almost like an affirmation. So it's, I allow myself to heal. I give myself as much time as I need to move on from my past. I know my past has helped me make who I am today, and I celebrate each moment that is led to right now. I am kind to myself and give myself time to heal these open wounds. It is okay to be in the healing process. I will give it time. And then it has a question at the end that says, where have I been forcing myself to heal faster than feels right? And what's really interesting is with my journey, I did an awful lot of judgment of myself, that I should have been faster along than I was. You know, I had the awareness that something else was possible, and so I expected it yesterday. I resisted a lot of the traditional medications that are out there. I'm not making myself wrong for any of it too. Like, none of this am I judging myself for anymore. I certainly did before. I kind of went on a pendulum swing from being in the regular healthcare system that we have right now, well, within Canada anyways, and then I pendulum swung to the alternative, where I just went that way and I actually resisted anything that had to do with the regular healthcare system. And I have since discovered that actually neither way actually creates greater. What I've learned is to ask questions. And each of us has our own journey, and each of us, within us knows what that is. We may not know the how, we may not know the how fast, but if we actually ask questions of ourselves, then we can allow ourselves to be in this moment now, or in each moment that we're in. Now, along the ways, I received a lot of, I'll say some judgment for sure, some projections, expectations of others, expectations that I should have gone to the doctor. Because I did, after that first year, I did actually stop going to the doctor and the specialist. And then I didn't go back again until about 3 years ago. And I would just go the odd time in between just for something, else unrelated. But in the meantime, I went and I jumped and dived right head into all different kinds of classes. I did Reiki, Touch for Health, Body Mind Jin Shin Do, which is like an acupressure. I did Access Consciousness, Byron Katie's The Work. I did Abraham Hicks. Oh my God. And as of late, I've gotten into Dr. Joe Dispenza's work. He is a chiropractor from the United States, and he has got some absolutely brilliant work. And I so get that my journey was to get to where I could receive his work. In this 10 seconds, what is so resonating for me is the stuff that he talks about. And his stuff actually, and I would totally recommend it, especially the one book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. He actually has scientific proof as to how our bodies store emotions and how this stuff gets stuck in our body, how it creates crap in our life that we don't even know. And oh my God, like I tell you guys, this is going to take more than one show because it's incredible. So, and a lot of that will come up in the future, more about him and about what I have learned from and through him. And the biggest gift that I've learned from his stuff is that I can do this, and that I have the power, I have the capacity, as we all do, no matter our age, our belief system, anything like that, we all have that within us. So I'm really excited about that. So anyways, just sort of going back to this card again, that I'm compassionate with myself and it takes time to heal. There's been many times over this last 18 years especially, that I've judged myself for being so different than what other people chose, choosing to go into the alternative route while I worked within our healthcare system. I got a lot of, I did get a lot of judgment, projections and stuff like that. And it was really uncomfortable for me. And what made it really difficult was that I was such a freaking people pleaser. I did not like to rock the boat. So here I was with this, bigger calling sort of within myself, and yet still functioning from this old way of like not wanting to disappoint others or make other people uncomfortable. And then the thing is that when you begin a journey like this, you don't know sort of the end, as if there's ever an end, but you don't really know the end until you choose it, and then you go through it, and then you get the awarenesses of what it created in your life or in my life. And so there's this trust that you have to know. And that was something else that I didn't have. It's okay with me. I wasn't raised in a family that had, a religious background. And so I wasn't brought up with having faith in something bigger than myself. The way I see it now is that there is something bigger than myself, and I am also a part of it. So it's like I'm a thread of it, or I'm a drop in the ocean, that the ocean is there and I'm a drop of it. So I'm one of it. So now that I have that sense, or I've been building that muscle of trusting that the unknown is where I want to go, that being uncomfortable is where I actually want to go, I'm going there. I'm really going there. And it's really exciting with Dr. Joe's work is that there are people that are healing themselves of things completely that have been diseases or diseases that they have been told were uncurable. So, I mean, really, what else is possible for the future? I am super, super, super excited about what this is all creating in my life. And so, yeah. And so just, going back to this one question, just look at your own life and be sweet at your life. And if there's a lot of unknowns in it, just ask yourself, where have I been forcing myself to heal faster than feels right or that is right for you? And yeah, on that note, oh God, I so adore you guys. We are just over the 15 minutes already. How fast did that go by? And thank you again for listening. You want to have more, if you would like more information about me and the services I offer, my website is www.laurie, L-A-U-R-I-E, Larson, Larsen.com. Thank you so much for listening. I'm incredibly grateful. Have an amazing day. And when this airs, which will be December 26, 2018, I hope you had a freaking awesome Christmas holiday season that was perfect for you. Big hugs and talk to you soon.